Hello, Larry here with another webinar Wednesday here at PriceIt Software. I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching this informative webinar to learn a little bit more about what's been done in PriceIt X 9.2. One of the first things that I wanted to talk about is the logging in. Now, before version X 9, even 9.1, you could just click on the screen and log into, or excuse me, click on the icon and log into PriceIt. So right now we're doing the same thing. It's going to take a moment to open. Now you'll see here I have my account name. Each person that has a login in PriceIt will have their own unique account name and password. You can have as many users as you want in PriceIt. However, to have concurrent connections, there's still the $15 a month additional charge for additional connections. So let's say you needed 4 in your shop all the time, but maybe a couple of you had laptops for when you're on the road. We can do what's called an over install on those, and you just use them when you see fit, and you'll have no problem. So right now I'm going to go ahead and log in. I have my account name. I'm going to put in my password. So this is one of the first changes or things that you're going to see in PriceIt. The other thing is there's also the way we handle emails is a lot different. So if we go over here to users, which support table users, this is where you can add additional users. So to do that, you just click on new user and then type in the name of the person here and their password. And so I'm just going to call it test, and we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say OK. We're going to select which department they're in. So we're going to say they're administrative so they can see all the functions of the finances and stuff. We're going to click on activate account, and the account is now activated. The next thing we need to do is go over to emails now. There's a couple other new options. Instead of just your desktop app, you can use Gmail, if you work with GoDaddyMail.com, Network Solutions, Office 365 Online, and I believe very shortly Yahoo Mail. So if it's not already. So this is for if you have different departments and you want to have different email addresses and not all have to use the same email address. And it's works pretty slick. So that's how we're handling users and users emails right out of the gate. So the next thing I wanted to show you was the texting feature. Many of you already know that you can email out invoices and proofs and things like that, which we'll get into in a minute here. But as far as like invoices go, I'm gonna send out a text to a customer. I'm gonna look at this invoice, and I'm gonna send this off as a text. Now you can text out estimates to get approvals on them. You can text out one with the invoice so they can pay on it, maybe do a half deposit, 50% deposit, however you want to do it. So basically, the recipient's phone number would already be pulled in here from the front end of PriceIt. In fact, where that works from, I'm going to just go back and show you. We've actually included a cell phone spot here. I think it may have been there all along, but what it does is it pulls from this. So I'm just going to put in a random number here and go ahead and go back now into invoices and show you what that looks like. So I'm going to click on text. And now that that text is being pulled right into the phone number slot. This is where you can put in any canned responses that you have. Now understand this is a no reply texting system, so they're not going to be able to reply to them. This is a lot like you'd get with your banks and different organizations that send you no reply texts to keep you informed of what's going on. So you could pick any of these. Let's see, click on this to pay the balance. So we're going to use that. We're going to go down here and we're going to add a pay link, and then we're just going to send that text, and that goes right on out to the customer. One of the advantages of texting is they're going to get it a lot quicker in terms of being able to respond to it. So instead of waiting for them to get back to their desk, check their email, click on it, do all that stuff, you can catch people when they're on the fly, and things will get done a lot quicker. So I'm going to go back to order entry now. All right, so now that I've showed you how to send out a text in the invoicing system, I'm going to show you how that works with your artwork proof. So I'm going to show you both the artwork proofing, bidirectional artwork proofing, and the texting feature involved with that as well. So First thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the artwork section, and we're going to say get art. And this is the artwork that we're going to use, so we're going to select that. And then we're going to create a proof. And so basically, forgive the image, it's not looking that good, but basically you would send out this image like this. You can email it out to the customer. You can put the image size in here. So let's say we're going to say this is like 10 inches or whatever. And it's blue, light blue, and navy blue. We're going to send this off to the customer where they can approve it. So I'm going to click on preview right here, and I'm going to show you what your customer is going to get. So we pull this over here, and this is what they're going to see. They're going to be able to pull it up in their browser, whether it's on their phone or their computer, and they can approve it or disapprove it. If they disapprove it, they have to say why, and also put their initials in. So I'm going to just go ahead and approve this, and I'm going to go ahead and initial it. And now it's going to spit us back out at the website. So it would be your website. It spits them back out too when they're done. And so let's move on. So we see here this design was approved. So when they clicked on that link, it sent a message back to PriceIt that this has been approved. So now when I go back to look at this information here, it says it's approved. Now, again, to show you the texting feature of this is pretty straightforward and simple. Again, we send a text, says it was already approved, so we're going to go ahead and click resend. We're going to put in the canned response, whatever you want to put in. Let's see. Use that to approve the artwork. And then we add the art proof link. So we're going to send that out as well. So that's how you would send out the text version of this. Usually I'll send out both an email and a text just to get them in both places, just in case. Texting features like a penny per message. And the charge for the number is like $1 a month. I think they charge you for the phone number to be able to text with. So $1 a month, a penny each text is pretty cool. So that's your art proofing, the bidirectional artwork proofing, and how that works. The next thing I want to show you is push button garment ordering. So basically the way this works is if we're going to go to garment purchasing, and we're going to create a report, and we'll say no. And with this, and it currently only works with Alpha Broder and Sanmar. Still working on SNS, trying to work out the kinks with them. But anyway, right now when you need to order from Alpha Broder or Sanmar, it's push button ordering. So you'll come to this like you always did before. Instead of printing it out, you'll just send to Alpha. And what this does is it logs into Alpha Broder, logs into their website. So I'm going to go ahead and send this over. It logs into their website, checks their inventory, finds the product, dumps it in the cart for you. Set it as ordered both here and in the garment purchasing. We're going to say yes. Now I want to show you. There it is. We're going to come in here, and there it is. It's in the cart and it's ready to go out. All right. So that's how garment ordering works. And what's really cool is that once it does order, it automatically populates this field down here. And when the stuff is received, of course, can be filled in like always before. So the other thing I wanted to show you is that to find these jobs now, instead of searching for them, typing in here and typing out the number and trying to look for the drop-down list or whatever, we now have incorporated scanning technology and barcode technology into this. So if I'm at a work order over here, let's pull up the screen print work order for this job. This gets printed off. Item comes in on the dock. Worker grabs this work order. They go into garment purchasing. They click in here, jump to job. They scan it, and it pulls up this job, and they can come in here and then go ahead and fill this in that the items were in fact received. So that's one area where the barcode works, is with garment purchasing. Again, you take that work order, go in there, and you can pull up the job real quick. You can also do it from here. If we click into jump to job, we just click into the field, and we scan that work order, and it will pull up the job, and you're good to go. And the other place that it works really well is if you're in the invoice. So you click on View Invoice, and you click Jump to Job, click into the field, scan the work order. It's going to pull up the right order for you. Same goes for the work order section. If you're in work orders and you want to pull up this job, it's very simple. Click into where it says Jump to Job, click into the field, take your scanner, scan the work order, and it will pull this back up again. So that's pretty slick. It's going to speed up things quite a bit for you in your shops. That alone is going to save you tons of time. A couple of the other things that are really cool in PriceIt that are new with X9.2 is the Get Info button. So let's say I'm putting in a new job, and let's just create the estimate here. I'm going to put in Brattleboro Memorial Hospital. And we're going to grab Mike here. Now let's say we don't have their address. We can go over here, click on this. It's like gets the info. What it does is it launches into Google, finds the info, pulls it back, and then at this point you can determine whether you want to use that data or not. So it's searching the web, it's scraping that data, it's pulling it back. The address is correct, the phone number is correct, and we're going to update it. That's how quick now you can do order entry on orders that have businesses that are searchable. So works pretty good. I suppose if you put in Joe Schmo, it's not going to work too well, but if it's an established business, it's going to be able to pull that information up pretty quickly. The other thing that is has been a great help to a lot of folks is in pricing. Let's say we're putting this order together, and we're going to grab a Gildans, and we're going to do darks, black, and let's say we're going to do like 12 of each. Now, some of you are probably saying good luck finding black. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to click on Shift and then this number 1. This is going to take us to the product section. Let's just say that for argument's sake that we had these priced at $1 and we had like no colors at all. Maybe we just had, you know, black and red. So let's do that. What we need to do is reach out to Sanmar now and update the pricing. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to click Price Check and Update Colors. So it's going to reach out to Sanmar. It's going to check our pricing. It's going to check our colors. And then it's going to give us this little dialog that's going to pop up in just a moment. Would you like to update the description? Sure, why not? So old price was that, new price is this. We could say update it, and it's done. Especially right now with things being so volatile and the market being up and down. If you're putting together a large order every once in a while, even though we do vendor updates from time to time, it's a really good idea to come in here if you're putting together an order from time to time and just check that price. It reaches out in real time and live time to the website and gets your pricing and pulls it back in. So that's really important feature. I think is going to help out a lot of folks there. There's been some other things like interface improvements that have happened here, especially right down here in this section. You can navigate to the customer, duplicate an order real quick, or create a new order this customer. These are for this customer, so you can duplicate it or a new order this customer. And go to Jobs Not Done this customer. There's also some buttons here, a little clearer, easier to read. You may notice a few changes in the interface, depending on how old the version of PriceIt you're using, or if you've never used PriceIt at all. The other thing that I wanted to show you is art proof management. So, you know, the artist or whoever needs to know like what's going on with art proofs, they can just click here and get a kind of an overview of where artwork stands in all the jobs. And it gives you sort of an idea without having to navigate to each job, what's going on and what needs to be done. So the other thing is that we've done in Shopify integration. So if I click down here to Shopify, you can pull in your orders from Shopify, download new orders, pull them in, push them over to PriceIt. You can look at them, or you can not allow it. So basically you choose which store it is, download any new orders. So there's not any new orders. So this is pretty much what's in the system, and we can take the order from here and manage that order after it's been pulled in from Shopify. You can learn more about us on the web at www.PriceItSoftware.com. You can shoot us an email, info@PriceItSoftware.com. If you'd like a more one-on-one demo, or maybe you want to learn a little bit more about PriceIt and a one-on-one type of thing, you can go to our website and click on Schedule a Demo right here, and go to that section in here, and you just choose what time works for you, which time and date works for you. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, give us a call, 802-257-5188. Or like I said, shoot us an email, info@PriceItSoftware.com. Thanks a lot, you guys. Really appreciate those of you who've stopped by, and I look forward to meeting you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.